Hi, my name is Haley Flanagan, and today I'll be talking about the history of the Paralympics. The Paralympics were started in the year 1948 in England by a man named Sir Ludwig Guttmann. Sir Ludwig Guttmann worked at the Stoke Mandeville Hospital, which focused on treating patients who were veterans from World War II and had suffered from spinal cord injuries. He had introduced the Stoke Mandeville Games as a tool for rehabilitation of these veterans and other patients. He saw that sports were a powerful tool in rehabilitating both physically and mentally, as becoming disabled is incredibly damaging to an individual's psyche. Playing and participating in these sports in the Stoke Mandeville Games that were specifically meant for these veterans increased both their physical strength and their mental strength and confidence, as they saw that they were still able to do the things that they loved before they became disabled. The Stoke Mandeville Games eventually turned into the Paralympics because of how popular they had gotten within the hospital. So as they grew, they changed names. The word Paralympic itself comes from Greek prepositions. So the word para in Paralympics means alongside or beside in Greek. So that suggests that the Paralympics occur alongside or right beside the traditional Olympic Games. So they occur on the same timeline and in the same city as well as the traditional games, with summer games occurring every 4 years and winter games occurring every 4 years, and the summer and winter games being 2 years apart. The Paralympics are a form of the Olympic Games specifically for athletes with disabilities, mental or physical. The timeline is the exact same as the original Olympics. A lot of the sporting events are the exact same too, but of course with accommodations for the athletes, whether it be in the form of equipment, style of play, the level of competition, etc. There are a total of 10 different disability groups that the athletes who wish to participate in the Paralympics could fall into. So they have all these groups, and depending on which group you're put in is what group you compete in. They have impaired muscle power, impaired passive range of motion, limb deficiency or amputee, leg length disparity, short stature, hypertonia, ataxia, athetosis, visual impairment, and intellectual disability. There are a wide range of people and people with disabilities that can fall into these categories. The categories are further broken into groups within each category to accommodate each athlete's level of their severity of their disability and the competition level that they're able to compete in physically or intellectually. So it's just depending on matching the athletes up with other people that they could actually compete with and not have an unfair disadvantage or advantage over. The first summer games of the Paralympics were held in the year 1960 in Rome, Italy, with a total of 400 athletes who were from a total of 23 different countries. The first Winter Games were actually held years later in 1976 in Sweden. With this time there was much more athletes and much more competition. Sir Ludwig Guttmann had always worked with athletes with disabilities and individuals who had suffered from spinal cord injuries specifically. And him having such confidence and passion about sports really shaped the Paralympics into what we know them as today. Thank you.